Hey, Patricia, can I talk to you for a second?
Hi, Mackenzie. What's up?
Did you take money out of my wallet again?
What are you talking about?
I had $1,000 in cash, but now there's only $800. This is the third time this has happened, you know?
Oh, come on. I don't know anything about that. I bet you just miscounted how much you actually had and thought you had $1,000. Can you stop accusing me without having any proof?
I do have proof.
Huh?
I always have a voice recorder in my bag for work. It seems like I accidentally left the record button on. And when I checked it, guess what I heard? Oh my goodness, she only has $1,000? I guess she won't notice if I take 200. I'll just tell her she miscounted. I heard what you said.
You were eavesdropping?
No, I wasn't eavesdropping. I'm just telling you that I had a voice recorder in my purse.
I can't believe you would invade my privacy like that.
Privacy has nothing to do with stealing from me.
You're so disrespectful.
That $1,000 included the money for your rent, you know.
What?
Your apartment is leased by Nathan, remember?
So?
Nathan's away on a business trip today and told me he forgot to pay your rent this month. So I was going to go see your landlord and give him the rent money in cash. So you took $200 from your own rent money.
I didn't know that.
I'll tell Nathan what happened. So please make sure to pay Nathan back $200 from your Social Security check.
Wait a second.
Also, it seems like you made a spare key to our house without our permission. I'm coming over now to take it back.
What's the problem with me having a spare key to my own son's house?
I don't feel safe in my own home knowing you have a spare key.
What?
I'm heading there now. Patricia? What were you thinking sneaking into our house in the middle of the night?
What do you want so early in the morning? I'm still sleepy.
We had a security camera installed last night.
What?
I have footage of you creeping into our house. I thought I had taken the spare key back yesterday. Do you have more?
Of course. I thought something like this might happen, so I had another one made and hid it just in case. I guess I win this round.
I don't really care if I win or lose, but if that's your plan, we'll just change the locks.
What? There's no way Nathan would allow that.
This house lease is in my name, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Is that so?
Patricia, just because Nathan is away, you've gone too far this time. What were you even doing here last night?
That's besides the point. I know you're hiding something from me, your own mother-in-law. How dare you?
Hiding something from you? What are you talking about?
I looked at your bank records for this past year.
What? My bank records?
You're a disgrace as a daughter-in-law, but I guess you're a good worker. I have no idea who you're working for, but I see that you make $200,000 a year. I can see now why you didn't want to quit your job.
Did you sneak into my house so you could find out how much I make?
Well, yes.
What were you thinking?
Don't act so high and mighty. See here, Mackenzie. As a wife, you have the obligation to quit your job to take care of your husband and your in-laws. If you refuse to do so, you should be giving all of the money you earn to your in-laws. Even more so if you're making this much. So, from now on, I'm in charge of your finances.
What? You're taking charge of my finances?
Now that I know your earning potential, I will admit I see you in a whole new light. Earning $200,000 as a 31-year-old woman is impressive. I see that you've been spending quite a bit, but you still have $150,000 saved. Don't worry, I'll use this money wisely.
Are you serious? Did you take my ATM card?
Yes.
Give it back! Right now!
My goodness, what are you talking about? I told you this is mine.
I don't recall giving it to you.
I'm going to tell you one more time. Any money you earn as my son's wife belongs to my son's parents. Which means, as your mother-in-law, it's mine. From now on, I'll spend this money wisely, so all you need to think about is working hard and providing for me.
I've had enough of this. Good morning, Nathan. Can you talk? It's kind of an emergency.
Hey, Mackenzie! I'm on my way to see a client right now, so I can talk. What's up?
So, your mom did something bad.
My mom?
Ever since you left for your trip, she's been out of control. She somehow made a spare key for our place without asking, and she came into the house when I wasn't there and stole $200 from my purse.
What?
And that's not all. I made sure to get the spare key back from her, but she had already made another one. And she came into our house in the middle of the night. She looked at our bank records and saw how much I make. And she took my ATM card.
She did what? Has she withdrawn our money?
No, not yet. While I was texting your mom about getting it back, I called the bank and had them cancel my card.
Oh, okay, that makes things a little better.
I don't think she knows my PIN anyway. And the file with my password and PIN information is at my parents' house, so I don't think she could withdraw any money anyways.
Yeah, you're probably right. My mom never thinks ahead. So she probably thought that she would just take your ATM card and make you tell her your PIN and password later or something. God, I'm so sorry. When my dad was alive, he also had a hard time with my mom's reckless spending. The real problem is that there's no one who can stop her.
Yeah. Well, she may have my ATM card, but I've already talked with the bank. And the $200 she stole is part of her rent money. So I told her to make sure to pay you back later.
Thanks, I'll make sure she pays me back.
Okay, sounds good. Also, can I go ahead with what we talked about before?
Yeah, this time she's gone too far. I think we can go ahead with our plan.
Okay, I'll get started on that right away then.
Okay, thanks.
Mackenzie, answer me!
Yes, Patricia? What's wrong?
Why are you so nonchalant?
You're the one who told me to answer you.
Whatever. Why is your ATM card getting declined?
What?
I can't pay back my payday loan.
Your payday loan? Patricia, are you in debt?
The due date is today. I couldn't get the money together, so I thought I would use your money to pay it back. So I gave your ATM card to the man from the payday loan company who came by the house today. But he said I couldn't pay him back in that way.
Of course he did. How is he going to use an ATM card without the PIN number?
I thought they could look the PIN up or figure it out or something.
Have you been watching too many soap operas or something? It's not like they're hackers. By the way, I've already called the bank and shut down any future activity on my account.
What? How could you do that without my permission?
I'm allowed to do whatever I want with my own account.
I told you that your earnings are mine.
Do you really think that's how the real world works?
It's your obligation to care for your mother-in-law. A bride is never allowed to talk back to her mother-in-law. That's an old ironclad rule that has existed for all time.
Has your brain slipped back to Victorian times?
What?
I guess it can't be helped. No matter how many times I tried to talk to you, you won't listen. I give up.
Oh, so you're finally ready to do as I say. Okay, then give me your PIN number right now.
No. By the way, Let me tell you what I was planning on using that savings account for. We were actually planning on buying you an apartment with that money.
Huh? Buy an apartment?
After Roger died, Nathan and I talked about the future. After all, your age is getting up there. Eventually, you would need Nathan and I's help. But to be honest, with how you treat me, there's no way I could live with you in the same house. Especially if you're stealing money from my purse. So we were planning on buying an apartment for you within walking distance from us. And that way, we could keep each other's lives private. Or so I thought. The ATM card you stole was for a savings account with money for that apartment.
Oh, really? My goodness, you should have told me sooner. If that's what the money is for, I'll give you your card back.
No, that's okay. It's too late, Patricia.
Too late?
We'll only be buying an apartment for ourselves.
What?
After what you've done, both Nathan and I are done with you. Actually, I think we've been too patient with you.
What are you talking about? As I've told you countless times, your job is to take care of me. You better buy me that apartment.
I better buy you, huh? It seems like no matter what I say, we'll never understand each other.
It's your job to understand me and what I want.
We've already moved.
What?
We don't plan on telling you our new address. And we haven't told you yet, but Nathan has started a new job.
A new job?
Yes, so even if you go to his old company, he won't be there.
Fine, I'll go to your workplace.
I quit 2 months ago and am working freelance.
What?
I didn't tell you that either. I started earning more with my side job than I was at my company. And it was hard to do both, so I quit my job.
Just hold on a second. You guys are being so selfish.
That's the last thing I want to hear from you. Oh, and about your current apartment? Nathan will pay your rent until the next contract renewal in March. But we'll be terminating the lease after that. So he says you should figure something out.
What? He's abandoning his own mother. It's his job to take care of his parents in old age.
You've made Nathan and I too mad to care about that anymore.
I can't believe this. I'm going to call Nathan.
He's already blocked you.
What?
I was also planning on blocking you after telling you about your apartment, but there was just so much more I wanted to say to you.
Mackenzie?
Thanks to you, I feel so much better. I'm going to change my number now.
Wait a second.
Just be grateful that I didn't call the police.
Please, wait!
Goodbye. My friend told me that I should have reported my mother-in-law to the police, but apparently the payday loan she took out was from quite a shady company. So I thought it was better for her if she would figure things out for herself as she paid back her loan. At least, I think it'll be better this way. And that shady payday loan place called me to ask about my ATM card. But when I told them that my mother-in-law had taken it without asking, and that we would no longer be speaking with her, they said, "So she'll be in that apartment until March, huh?" The man on the phone sounded disturbingly happy about that. By the way, she's about $30,000 in debt. I hope she figures something out.
Hey, Barry, come on! What the hell is that on the table? Divorce papers? Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. Sorry to say, I'm serious. I want a divorce. Please sign it and send it over. In the next few days.
What's up? Why all of a sudden? What did I do to deserve this?
I just got sick and tired of even being with you. You always nitpick about everything I say and do. Then, when I don't do as you please, you have a hissy fit. It got even worse after the kid was born. Every other word is, it's a bad influence on children or some such nonsense. I just couldn't stand it any longer. I don't want to be tied down anymore.
Huh? you serious? Do you think I enjoy saying things like that? How can I not say anything? You don't help out with the house chores or take care of our child. Nothing. All you do is lounge around on the couch and watch TV or sleep all day. You get home way earlier than me and you don't even bother to cook or clean up. You don't even go pick up little Jimmy at the nursery. The least you can do is throw the trash in the garbage can. And after eating, you just leave the dishes on the table. I mean, couldn't you even put them in the sink? I ask you to do something and it's always put off for later. You just go about your own business. Growing up watching a dad like that? What will he think when he grows up?
I got my way of doing things. I like to put everything aside and do it all at once when I have enough time. You think the whole world revolves around you. Besides, I work hard all day, and when I get home, I'm tired as hell. Unlike you.
What? You do realize I'm also working. Help out when you have enough time, huh? It just sounds like you don't want to help out at all. Before we got married, you promised we would share all the household chores. What happened to that?
That's the kind of thing that makes me sick. Digging up stuff from way back when. I thought you were cute once, but now you're just a nagging middle-aged hag. All I want is to be free.
You've been doing as you please ever since we met. Now you want to be free? Seems a little unreasonable. As a father and as a husband, you're being all too irresponsible. Jimmy is only 4 years old. Are you just gonna toss all that aside?
Well, you did say I was a bad influence, right? No matter what you say, I'm never going back there again. I just want that divorce. Oh yeah, and don't worry about the money. I'll pay alimony. I'm a responsible person after all.
Alright. Do as you like. Have your divorce or whatever you want. Long as you pay alimony, I don't give a damn.
Finally come to your senses, huh? Okay then. I left the papers on the table, so sign them and send them back ASAP. Oh yeah, about the house. I bought a new condo, so you can continue living in that home. If you have the money to pay the mortgage, that is.
Seriously? Wow, thanks.
Huh?
Well, I'm pretty used to living here. I like it. If you're gonna give it to me, I'll take it. Jimmy's having a good time at his nursery. I would hate for him to move and have to make new friends. Thanks so much. We'll just go on with our lives as usual.
Huh? You sure it's okay? Are you going to be able to pay?
Pay?
Yeah, the mortgage and all. Well, I'm gone. Well, income will really drop, right? As you know, if you're late on your payments, well, you know. Do you really get it?
Of course. I'm not an idiot. I'm way ahead of you on such matters. I can take care of the mortgage and all household expenses with my earnings.
Come on, with your meager pay? No way! A receptionist at a mid-level firm? Don't make me laugh. How could you maintain a family, much less pay a mortgage?
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not a receptionist. I'm a registered nurse. I'm the head nurse at St. James Memorial Hospital.
What?
And I also have real estate holdings from my father who recently passed away, as you know. I also have considerable stocks, so I'm not hurting for cash or anything.
Head nurse at the hospital? You? Your dad's real estate holdings? Stocks? This is the first time I'm hearing all this.
Seriously? You didn't know? Don't tell me you didn't know what your wife did for a living. How many years have we been married, for God's sake? I'm sure I told you all about my father's real estate holdings and the stocks I have.
Well, now that you mention it, I suppose I do remember you saying something about it.
So, you weren't listening at all. Well, I can understand not knowing about the stocks or my dad's assets, but how could you not know what my job is? Goes to show that you had zero interest in me. I don't know if I should laugh or cry.
So, no problem paying the mortgage all by yourself? And living expenses? Even without me?
Do you really think you were doing it all on your own? Your bring-home pay is less than $2,000. You really think that's enough to support a family of 3? And you were only giving us a meager $500 as living expenses. Please, don't make me laugh.
What? How dare you!
I'm just stating facts here, so we'll be just fine without you. Don't worry about us. Have a good life.
Yeah, well, okay. Just don't forget to sign and send those papers. I got my own bank book. So all splitting up of our assets, that's all done. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Wait a second. We haven't finished yet.
Huh? We're done. We divorce and I leave. We're done. What else is there? I'll give you the house and half of our savings. Isn't that enough?
Are you on life support? There are still some important money matters left to discuss. About that condo you say you bought?
Huh? What about it? You don't think I can afford it or something? You got a problem with me living in a new condo?
I really don't care where you live. I just want to know where you got the money to buy it.
What's it to you? I can do whatever I want.
No, you can't. You paid for that out of our joint account, right? That deposit you paid.
So, what of it? I saved that money. Every month out of my salary. It's my money. I can do whatever I want with it. It's got nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with me. That money was from our joint account. I've been depositing money into that account every month. So that money you used to buy the condo, it's half mine. Or, more accurately, 70% is mine. I expect to get all that back.
What? 70%? No way that's accurate! I have the cash card! How did you deposit money into the account?
You can deposit with the bank book. Are you daft? I'm managing all the accounts we have with the bank. If you look at the transaction record, you'll see how much I deposited over 3 years. It's all there.
You're not serious. But I did think there was more than expected in here.
Well, that's part of our assets. I get half. Make sure I get all that back.
I don't have that kind of money. Are you crazy? Anyway, I used up all the money when I bought the condo. How am I supposed to pay 70%? That's just not possible.
Well, if you can't pay the money back, there is no other choice, I suppose. Hey, I got an idea. Jimmy and I could use it as a vacation getaway.
What are you talking about? No way you can do that!
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, you did buy the place so you could live there with your girlfriend.
Huh? Girlfriend? Why do you...
Huh? You really didn't think I knew? I knew from way back what you were up to. That you were seeing that girl from the club.
You're kidding me. I took every precaution to keep it quiet.
Every precaution? Don't make me laugh. All those nights you came home drunk? You think you got changed and got into bed all on your own? All the evidence was in your suit pocket. Receipts from the club, business cards. I still got all the receipts, by the way. Adds up to quite a bit. Always coming home reeking of perfume and booze. Oh yeah, you often called out some girl's name in your drunken stupor. It's so obvious you were having an affair. Sure would like to hear some of these precautions that you supposedly took.
You're joking, right?
You know, I was gonna let it slide if you were just having a little fling. You know, letting off steam. But then, you take my money and buy a condo so you can live with her. And then demand a divorce? That was the last straw. Okay, so let's get this straight. Pay the 70% you used to buy the condo, the divorce settlement, and child support. Oh yeah, as you said, I get the house.
Do you plan on taking everything? You're going to leave me penniless! You're... a monster!
I'm just demanding what I'm owed. I don't think it's an unreasonable demand at all.
But... if you make me pay that, I have nothing! I need money to live on... What am I supposed to do?
I guess you just have to sell the condo. I know you just bought it, and I feel for you. But I suppose it can't be helped. Although we are husband and wife, you did steal money from our account. Oh, and another thing. That girl from the club, I visited her the other day.
Huh? Visited her? How did you?
Like I said, I have those receipts and business cards. It was easy. I pressed her on having an affair with you. You know what she said? She said she has no intention of living with you. She said she wants to keep it a business relationship. You're just another customer to her.
Huh? When did she say that? That can't be true. But she said it was her dream to marry a guy like me.
How long have you been going to these kinds of clubs? That's just bar talk. Besides, she never came right out and said she wanted to marry you, right? Seems like you were just in your little fantasy world. So, I'll hang on to the divorce papers for now. Work out the money matters, would you please?
Huh? Wait 1 second, please! What I just said was all just a joke! A prank! Come on! You really think I was serious? I'm heading home right now, so let's talk about this!
There is nothing more to talk about. You have your freedom now. Go and live your life as you please. You never have to come home. See ya!
Wait! Come on!
Right after that conversation, Barry came running home, but I locked up the house tight. Put a chain on the door and just ignored his pleas. He eventually gave up and left. I hired a lawyer and demanded that Barry pay the money he owes me, adequate compensation and child support, as well as the house. It took a while, but all the demands were met and I signed the divorce papers. Barry had to sell the condo and ended up clearing out all his meager savings. I heard he's using a spare storage room at work as his home.